Hey guys, we are going to be looking at solving multi-step inequalities in this particular video. I'm going to do a quick review though on our flipping the sign and just do a couple two-step inequalities with you. Okay, so the first one that I'm going to do is negative 3x plus 3 is greater than or equal to negative 30. Okay, so first let's just treat this like we would an equal sign. So let's put our barrier around our inequality sign. And let's do the steps that we see. So first we need to undo addition or subtraction. In this case, we're adding, so we're going to subtract 3 on both sides. 3 minus 3 is 0, so that's how it cancels. And I have negative 3x left. Negative 30 minus 3, I'm getting further into my debt, so that is negative 33. And then I have negative 3x, which is multiplication, and the opposite of that is going to be dividing by negative 3. So I have x, and then negative 33 divided by negative 3 is a positive 11. Do not forget that because I divided by my negative sign here, my inequality sign has to flip to have the solution remain true. So instead of greater than or equal to, it's now going to read less than or equal to. Okay, today we're going to kick it up a notch just a little bit, and we're going to start solving multi-step inequalities. So for this one, I'm going to have 5 times 1 plus 5x is less than negative 195. So I know there are some large numbers in here, but it'll be okay. We're just going to solve it one step at a time. So I'm going to put my barrier around my inequality sign. And first, again, we can go ahead and distribute my 5 through my parentheses if you want to, or if you're comfortable, you can go ahead and divide by 5 on each side. I'm going to go ahead and give you that choice. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to go ahead and distribute that 5 through. So let's do 5 plus 25x, and then we have negative 195 on this side. Okay, so now we need to start doing, again, the addition or opposite of addition or subtraction first. Okay, we cannot pick apart the 25x yet. That is a package deal. So the opposite of a positive 5 is negative or subtracting 5 on both sides. That is going to cancel. 5 minus 5 is 0. So then I am left with 25x. So I'm going to switch over to the black marker. Negative 95 minus 5, I'm getting further into my debt, so that's negative 200. My next step is I'm going to be dividing by 25, which is a positive number. Okay. 25 divided by 25 cancels, so I'm left with x. And then I have negative 200 divided by 25, and that answer is 8. Now, what do we do with my sign? I had negative 200, but did you divide by a negative? Meaning, was the number that we divided by, which was 25, was that number negative? No. So we're going to keep our sign as less than. Okay, example number 3. Again, there was a difference because we did not divide by a negative. The 25 that we were dividing by was, in fact, positive. Okay, let's do five plus 2 times 7 plus 6x is greater than or equal to 91. So let's draw the barrier around my inequality sign. Okay, we cannot add 5 plus 2 just yet because 2 is associated with an assurative property here, so we are going to distribute that 2 through my parentheses. So again, I'm going to bring down my 5. We cannot deal with that yet. And 2 times 7 is 14. And 2 times 6 is 12. And then we have 91 on this side. If you want to, you can go ahead and combine your like terms. So 5 plus 14 is 19 plus 12x, and then we have 91. So the opposite of that positive 19 is going to be to subtract 19 on each side. What color? Blue. (19) minus 19 cancels. And then we have 91 minus 19, which is 72. So 12x is greater than or equal to 72. And then my last step is dividing. And my 12 was positive, so let's keep that in mind. And so x and then 12 divided, or 72 divided by 12 is going to be 6. So x is greater than or equal to 6 because, again, I did not divide by a negative number. My 12 was positive. Okay, and I have one more to do with you before the video is over. Let me flip my page because I'm running out of room. Okay, we're still dealing with multi-step equations, so I'm going to do negative 3x minus 6 times 8x plus 6 is greater than 372. Again, a lot of large numbers, but it's going to be okay. We're just going to solve it one step at a time, putting that barrier around my inequality sign. So same concept as before, I'm going to leave my negative 3x alone because I need to first distribute this negative 6 through my parentheses. That sign must come with it. Okay, so negative 6 times 8 is negative 48. And negative 6 times, don't forget that x, negative 6 times a positive 6 would be negative 36. And then on the other side, I have 372. If you want to go ahead and combine your like terms, you can. So that becomes negative 3, technically plus negative 48, or you're getting further into your negatives. So that's going to be negative 51x minus 36. And then we have 372 on this side. Okay, so let's start doing our inverse of operations. The opposite of a negative 36 is positive 36. Okay, so then we have negative 51x, so 372 plus 36 becomes 408. These cancel. So we have negative 51x, and then we have 408 on this side. Now the opposite of multiplication is dividing. So we have x, and then we have 408 divided by 51, and negative 51, and that number is negative 8. Keeping in mind, we divided by a negative number. We divided by negative 51. So my sign is going to flip from greater than to less than, and so my answer is x is less than negative 8. So if you are watching during the 2020-2021 school year and we're virtual learning, please make sure that your notes were taken on page 23 today, and your independent practice that you're going to upload a picture of for me to grade or attach it to your Google Doc or your Google Classroom assignment is going to be on page 24. Best of luck today on your practice and your guided practice and keeping up with your notebook.